Welcome back to Red Hot TV. Today we are bringing you a news based on the petrol price that has increased and the federal government's recent decision. FG begins food deregulation, discards petrol price ban. Today, the federal government is no more going to be releasing guiding price bands for the sale of premium motor spirits (PMS), popularly called petrol, at filling stations. It disclosed this in Abuja through the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency (PPPRA), adding that based on this, the downstream arm of the oil and gas sector had been fully deregulated. Responding to questions from journalists during a briefing at the headquarters of PPPRA, the agency's executive secretary, Abdulkader Saidu, stated that going forward, PMS price would be determined by the forces of demand and supply and the international cost of crude oil. He, however, noted that the role of the agency would be to ensure that oil marketers do not profiteer, as every petrol dealer was henceforth free to source for products and fix their price. This, however, must be in accordance with our code of conduct, because as a regulator, it is our duty to protect the consumer, and operators must abide by our codes, Saidu stated. The PPPRA boss, who was represented by the agency's General Manager, Administration and Human Resources, Victor Shidok, also confirmed that oil marketers were not currently importing petrol because of the scarcity of foreign exchange. Is this a good news? Is this a bad news? Nigerians, however, have taken to social media to give their opinion, give their voices on this. Gamal Nassar wrote, "As I predicted again earlier on another thread, the Naira has fallen today again, and the price of fuel will have to go up, or Buhari will need to start paying subsidy again by Monday." This announcement is a face-saving measure from the embarrassment of another fuel increase just 1 week after the last was done, where Nigerians should be ready to buy fuel at about 220 naira per litre before December. Silik Marin wrote, "Good one, Mr. President. No going back to President Jonathan tenure, where petrol sold for 600 naira due to scarcity of the product. We good Nigerians appreciate you, President Muhammadu Buhari. Now is the right time to scrap PPPRA. They are no longer needed in view of the recent developments." Goldwater wrote, "The coming days in this country will be very tough." And Chidexter replied saying, "Every day is always a tough day in Nigeria." Bijdon wrote, "Nigerians need to go through this. It's the only way they will wake up from their slumber and hold their leaders accountable." Rejoice Forever wrote, "Painfully, the government has failed to put any reasonable palliative measure in place to safeguard the interests of the already impoverished populace. Almost the price of everything, especially staple food, has skyrocketed. Only God can save us." Sapientia wrote, "The Confucianists at it again. Buhari, the incompetent failure." Goldwater replied to Chidexter, who said that every day is always a tough day in Nigeria. He said, "Yes, but we have never had it this bad. How can the government keep messing up with prices of everything and also increasing tariffs, telling the masses to sacrifice for a better tomorrow, whereas the leaders are not willing to slow down on their looting?" Odumegojukwu wrote, "A step in the right direction. Food regulation is better than all these half-measure controls and subsidy." Omenka wrote, "If this would ensure the subsidy regime never comes back, so be it. I'm sick and tired of that fraud. If we must suffer, let it be once and for all. This unending roller coaster of pains and succor does no one no good." And Omenka replied, Odumegojukwu said, who said is the right step in the right direction. He said, "It's true. The only problem is I don't trust the government enough to believe they won't end up and announce they've spent XYZ billions again on same subsidy tomorrow." Div 11 wrote, "We the Omoluabis, the proud people of the Brown Roof Republic, are happy to hear this. Our darling daddy is working." Balalatie wrote, "Exchange rate and demand of products is going to control everything." And Gamal Nassar replied him saying, "Exchange rate is the culprit here. As long as the naira keeps being unstable and then we import fuel, then pump price can't remain stable for more than 2 weeks. But why can't Buhari stabilize the naira even for once after 5 years in power?" And then two people engaged in a very strong altercation. Ogododo wrote, "This could have been done in 2012, but now hatred una sabi." Omenka replied him saying, "Get the F out of my sight. Go lean on another shoulder to cry over your loss of yesteryears. I get irritated seeing all you emotional kids rant and rave over the past. Same thing you tend to forbid others from doing. Nigerians didn't allow Jonathan do it, not because of hatred, but because the timing was wrong and his government had chronic trust deficits. Deal with that and stop whining like a little girl denied her toys." Ha 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 ha. Then the guy replied again saying, "No just enter worry or a furum, we go just beat you with sapele water." Hey, Nigerians are really angry. And then Omenka replied him again saying, "And what has this got to do with anything? You're such a kid. You shouldn't be around politics section. You are too damn ignorant and naive to handle issues of this magnitude. Fickle little jambites. Get out of my sight." Hey, why the leaders are busy oppressing the people themselves are busy fighting themselves. The Omenka again replied somebody who said that he's happy about everything. Said, "Most of you guys are just too dull and never have anything to contribute to discussions once the thread isn't about ethnic rivalry and insults. So, for a very sensitive and important issue as this, you still try to turn it to a Yoruba versus Igbo stuff because that is the only way characters like you could possibly have any contributions to make, which is only to insult. Attempt to say anything intelligent. Let's see. I challenge you." Okay. And then Olujoba Samuel wrote, "I think the PPPRA should be disbanded So they won't come with new subsidy regime just to give a reason for their existence. FCPC should handle the consumer protection aspects by ensuring marketers dispense unadulterated and accurate products to customers. Also, the federal government should demilitarize the nation and cancel police stop and check. Police should only be allowed to patrol so that we don't have checkpoint at every corner that increases price of commodity. Okay, that's a very good one. Somebody said, let's get ready to buy fuel at the rate of 350 naira per liter. Okay. That fair guy wrote, I hope competition drags the price down on time. Okay, and I'm sure that that's what is going to happen. Olujoba Samuel also replied someone saying, no, I don't share the view. If Boko Haram ends today, will it be a good decision to still keep armed forces there for years when the purpose for which they were there is no longer relevant? Another example, at Iyanokpaja under bridge in Lagos, the Mopo there were brought in around early 2000 during Saula and North crisis. It's about 20 years now. The Mopo are still there. Do you think those officers are productive there? They now tax motorists, community passengers there. You can't draft them to the purpose for which they were trained and expect output because they are so used to life outside the system. And lots of reactions. Nigerians keep reacting. If you have anything to say concerning this, drop your comment in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.